Hello and welcome back to your accent practice training series. Today is day 9 and today we will focus on intonations, rhythm and flow. So your goal is to sound expressive, not robotic. Generally speaking, when we learn English, we say everything in a monotone, partially because it's a newer language for us and partially because we are not aware of when to change our tone, put in pauses, or change our flows. So today we will focus on those areas, work on that, and see if we can improve it. What I can basically mean is how to express your emotions with every sentence that you're saying, because it's required in most of the languages. Let's start with pitch variations for emotions and emphasis. You use a higher pitch for excitement or surprise, and use a lower pitch for seriousness, sadness, or when giving information that's formal in nature. For example, if I want to say that's amazing in an happy emotion, I would say that's amazing or that's amazing. Now we have a sentence that's we need to talk. That sounds very serious. So I will say it's something like we need to talk. Next key area to focus on is when to take pauses, because it makes a big difference. You need to break sentences into smaller groups of ideas and add tiny pauses between groups to sound natural, so it doesn't sound like you're just trying to give everything out, all the information that you have. So for example, instead of saying I went to the store, bought some groceries and came home, add pauses and say it's something like I went to the store, bought some groceries and I came home. So the pauses are not that long, but it does make a difference, and they don't need to be long, but they are essential. The last thing we have is we need to focus on stressing on the words that you want to emphasize, especially stressing those when you're correcting, disagreeing, or clarifying something. For example, if I want to say I did call you, I emphasize on the word did. So I would say I did call you. The next example is I call you, not her. Here the emphasis is on you. So I would say I call you, not her. So practice these 3 things daily for your expressions, emotions, adding pauses to make your English sound more natural. Know when to emphasize on the words. Again, this will a skill you will work on over time. We will discuss this further in the upcoming lessons, but that's your lesson for today, and hope you guys have a great day. See you in the next lesson.